Ooh, pretty girl. Let me see if I can hit her up. God damn it. Have you ever experienced something similar like that? Well, I have. Actually, too many times. More often than not, when I see a pretty girl online and I check their bio, they're non-binary. This made me curious and made me start asking the question, why are pretty girls online often gay? To answer this, we'll look at sociocultural studies and other academic papers related to this topic that might answer this silly question. So go grab some snacks and give me your attention for a minute. Let's dive into this. For many people, especially women, the internet became the first place where identity could exist without fear. Offline, gender and sexuality are often policed by family, religion, or social expectation. But online, you get to choose your name, your image, your space. You can exist as yourself before anyone else decides who you should be. A 2017 study by McEnroy and Craig found that LGBTQ+ youth use online spaces not just to see representation, but to experiment with their own identities. These digital platforms are like testing grounds. People can safely try on labels, explore styles, and find communities long before sharing that side of themselves in real life. In plain terms, the internet lets people be themselves for the first time. Over time, this online exploration becomes real identity formation. Sites like Tumblr, Twitter, and TikTok are not just entertainment platforms, they're identity laboratories, where new versions of yourself can be explored and shared. Here's why you notice that every pretty girl online is gay. What you're experiencing isn't a coincidence, it's the visibility effect. This is the result of a generation, finally, able to express what was once invisible. Decades ago, queer women existed in the same numbers, but cultural restraints made many hard to see. Online, new algorithms amplify representation and connection. The more openly queer people post, the more others like them appear in your feed. That's not an illusion. It's exposure. Platforms built for connection and entertainment accidentally became powerful tools for identity discovery and visibility. So in short, the internet didn't make more women queer, it simply made it easier for them to be seen as they always were. Before we continue on with the video, a word from our sponsor, which are our supporters from the Coffee page. Shout out to Zoids and Xerox. If you enjoy my work and would like to support me, the link is in the description. I am currently saving up to buy a GPU and the support would first go to that cost, and after that my college tuition. Thank you for your patience. Back to the video. For most of history, beauty was something defined for women, not by them. In movies, ads, and even early social media, women were shown in ways men wanted to see them. Film scholar Laura Mulvey called this the male gaze, where media makes women objects for men to look at, rather than letting women control their own image. But online things changed. Beauty isn't just about pleasing men, it's about self-expression and authenticity. Rosalind Gill's research explains that modern media gives women more control over how they present themselves. Now with platforms like Instagram or TikTok, people build their own stages. They curate their looks, their style, and the vibe they want to share. It's what sociologist Goffman described decades ago. Everyone is performing a version of themselves for an audience. For many women online, this performance isn't aimed at pleasing men. It's about being real, showing off their true selves, and sometimes breaking away from traditional feminine styles altogether. Sometimes those choices embrace queer identities and community instead. Studies on LGBTQ+ youth like McEnroy and Craig show that online spaces help people figure out who they are and connect with others like them. So when you see that many pretty girls online identify as queer, it isn't that prettiness makes someone queer, it's that the internet finally gave people the space to shape beauty on their own terms. There's something special about the queer aesthetic. You might not be able to define it exactly, but you know it when you see it. Sometimes it's androgynous, sometimes it's bold colors or confident style, but it's more than fashion, it's communication. Scholar Jack Halberstam in 2005 describes queer aesthetic as a kind of creative rebellion, a way to challenge what mainstream society says is normal. These choices become small acts of resistance and pride. Clothes, hairstyles, poses online, they all send powerful messages. Social media made this culture easier to see and share. TikTok, Instagram, and similar platforms let queer self-expression become highly visible. As more queer communities grew online, a recognizable style emerged, mixing creativity, confidence, and irony. Sender even suggests that just being seen is a powerful way to fight stereotypes. That's why you might notice so many pretty girls online are gay or non-binary. They're part of a culture that celebrates visibility, the confidence, the style, the vibe. It's about showing who you really are, loudly and beautifully. In other words, queerness didn't chase after beauty. Beauty adapted to the energy of queerness. After all of this, maybe the answer isn't really about attraction. It's about freedom. The people you see called pretty online aren't just following trends. They're showing versions of themselves that feel real, confident, and unapologetic. A lot of times that confidence comes from queer communities that teach people it's okay to exist outside social expectations. When you take away the pressure to look good for someone else, what's left is self-expression. And that's what truly makes people attractive. So maybe the reason so many pretty girls online identify as queer isn't because queerness equals beauty, but because being free to be yourself is what's beautiful. And honestly, that's something everyone could learn from. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this one as well. This video follows the new upload schedule. That's why it feels so tightly close with the previous video, because that other one was actually late for 2 days. Anyways, if you like the video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to comment it down below. I don't get a lot of comments, so I read all of them. Again, you can support me in my Ko-fi page, which is linked in the description. Also, don't forget to join our community Discord server so you can vote in the polls for the video next week. That's about it. As always, subscribe if you like eggs. Be yourself.